Have you ever heard of a creature so feared that it is mentioned in the Bible and other ancient cultures as a gigantic monster almost impossible to defeat? We're talking about Leviathan, the legendary beast of the seas, described as a gigantic and ferocious serpent. Who is this being? Did it really exist? Or is it just a myth? In this video, we're going to look deep into the accounts of Leviathan and uncover everything there is to know about this fascinating and terrifying figure. Talk guys, welcome to today's Short Brain. We're going to explore this mythical creature appears mainly in the Bible, especially in the book of Job, the book of Psalms, and the book of Isaiah. It is believed that Leviathan was a sea monster, a gigantic, indomitable serpent created by God and described as a symbol of chaos and evil. The word Leviathan originates from the Hebrew, meaning something like a serpent or a monster that coils itself. Fire, which made him virtually invincible, he is mentioned as a creature that defies the strength of men and even the mightiest warriors, showing the magnitude of his power. In the Bible, Leviathan is much more than just a monster. He represents chaos, rebellion, and the destructive force that opposes a divine order. In Psalm 7:41, God is described as the one who hurts Leviathan, symbolizing God's power over evil, while in Isaiah 2:71, Leviathan is mentioned as a twisted serpent that will be defeated at the end of time, indicating a final victory of good over evil. Leviathan is therefore a symbol that appears in different biblical contexts to represent God's struggle against the forces of chaos and disorder. Some scholars believe that Leviathan could represent Israel's enemy nations, or even the oppressive power of empires that threaten the Hebrew people. Others see Leviathan as a personification of demonic forces that will be defeated at the end of time. But Leviathan is not exclusive to the Bible. Similar sea monsters appear in various ancient cultures in Phoenician and Canaanite folklore. There is the Leviathan monster, which is also a sea serpent associated with chaos and darkness. These beings represent the brute and indomitable force of the sea, something feared by all ancient peoples who depended on the seas and rivers to live. In Norse mythology, we have the Jormungandr serpent, which encircles the world and represents chaos and destruction, just as Leviathan Jormungand will also be defeated in a final battle, the Ragnarok. These parallels between different cultures show that the fear of colossal creatures of the seas and the symbolism of chaos and destruction are common elements in the human imagination. Leviathan monster, or real animal, some theories suggest that it could be a generated representation of animals, such as a crocodile or even whales, which were impressive and potentially dangerous creatures for ancient peoples. Other interpretations claim that Leviathan could have been a reminder of prehistoric creatures such as plesiosaurs or megalodons, transmitted by oral stories over the centuries. However, the description of Leviathan as a being capable of spitting fire and covered in almost indestructible scales takes us more into the territory of myth and legend than a natural creature. Many scholars understand Leviathan as a poetic and allegorical symbol used to express the uncontrollable forces of nature and evil. Leviathan in the occult and popular culture today. Leviathan also appears in the occult and in various works of popular culture. In the occult, Leviathan is associated with one of the four princes of hell, according to some traditions. Music, monologue, one of the most powerful demonic forces. In addition, Leviathan is a guaranteed presence in fantasy books, films, and games. In many stories, he appears as an immense sea monster or as an aquatic dragon. This use of Leviathan in popular culture shows how the idea of a gigantic and destructive sea creature still arouses people's imagination and fascination to this day. The meaning of Leviathan in today, Leviathan remains a powerful symbol. For some, it represents the forces of evil that need to be overcome. For others, it is a reminder of the vastness and mystery of the oceans and nature. The name Leviathan is also used to describe anything of colossal size or overwhelming strength. Over the centuries, Leviathan has gone from a feared biblical monster to a cultural icon. It is both a reminder of the power of faith and of the fear that humans have known. Deep down, the legend of Leviathan reminds us that fear and fear of the unknown are as old as humanity itself. Leviathan may be just a legend, but its story still lives on in our culture, in religions, and mythologies around the world. It is a symbol of chaos, evil and rebellion, but also of mystery and the indomitable power of nature. And then what do you think, did it really exist, or is it just a creation of the human imagination? If you like this video and want to know more stories about mythical creatures, leave your like, subscribe, short brain, and activate the Tinkerbell so you don't miss the next videos, and comment down here, do you believe that Leviathan may have been inspired by something real? Until the next video.